basement of the beautiful Chrysler building in New York City because we couldn't afford that fancy WeWork office space. This is the Scammies. I'm your host, Michael Robertson, and each episode we're trying to make you just a little bit smarter so you can spot the scams and the scammers and ultimately keep more of your own money. Now, nearly every day there's an announcement of a celebrity selling NFT. Melania Trump, Quentin Tarantino, John Wall, Tony Hawk, and on and on. Now, NFTs are digital collectibles, usually some schlocky artwork that people buy via a quirky and still complex cryptocurrency system. Now, NFTs can be lucrative for celebrities because they're making digital artwork or probably having it made for them by hiring someone on Fiverr, just like everyone else does, and then selling it and pocketing all the money. I'm about to share with you some celebrities doing NFTs that made hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars in sales in 2021. Now, I know you've seen announcements, but I bet you haven't read a thing about the fans they entice to buy those NFTs. They're spending big money, sometimes thousands of dollars. Now, they get the vanity of claiming ownership of a celebrity-endorsed artifact, but what about their investment? To financially benefit, they'll need to resell that purchase to another buyer. How likely is that? And will the price be more or less than what they paid? Now, investing in art with high name recognition can be a good investment. Is that what celebrity NFTs are? Or are they lucrative digital trickery? A way for celebs to exploit loyal fans for some quick cash? I thought I'd look at the first wave of celebrity NFTs that started selling in 2021 and track the prices to see exactly how those early buyers are doing. I examined 5 high-profile celebrity NFT sales and ranked them based on their financial performance. You'll want to watch the end of this video to discover the best performing celebrity NFT. It surprised me. I bet it will surprise you too. But from worst to best, here's the list. First up is wrestling star and Chinese kowtow artist John Cena. He's at the bottom. He experienced the embarrassment of a failed NFT sale. This is where there isn't enough demand to purchase even the initial inventory. He included a t-shirt and hat and wristbands to whomever owned the NFT on September 30th, but it wasn't enough to entice buyers to pony up $1,000 for a cartoon version of himself. He was only able to sell a paltry 37, admitting later, quote, "Myself and the folks in the WWE thought $1,000 was a fair price. We were wrong. We were absolutely wrong." The 37 buyers now have an expensive t-shirt and will lose all 1,000 of their NFT purchase because there are no buyers. That's a 100% loss in 4 months. Now, next up is musician Grimes. She got into NFTs with the sale of her cosmic army of space babies. The initial price was $7,500 and she sold a respectable 700 units, netting more than $5 million. Considering there's only been about 500 owners, it's likely that she or the people running her NFT were using some shenanigans to trick people into buying that initial product. That idea is bolstered by the anemic recent average resale price of $450. So the initial price was $7,500, now selling for $450, which means 94% loss. Now, I did a whole video on NFT tricks, which I think were in use here, and I'll link to that in the description. Now, next up is socialite Paris Hilton. Remember her? Or how about the quote from her popular but short-lived reality show, "What's Walmart? Do they sell like wall stuff?" Ah, oblivious Ms. Hilton. She benefited by limiting her inventory sale to just 22 items, but the initial price was steep, 10 grand. For that amount, each buyer got a whimsical pastel-colored artwork of either a hummingbird or her dog. Since the initial sale, there have been 14 resales, reaching as high as $33,000. But there's been only one sale in the last 5 months, and it was for just $11,000, a small $1,000 premium over that initial price. With no recent sales and a steep downward trend, one must assume that the current market price is around $5,000, maybe less. We'll call it a 50% loss in 9 months. Now, the award for the most creative celebrity NFT goes to pretty boy Canadian singer-songwriter Shawn Mendes. You probably know him from his smash hit Stitches or his duet with Camila Cabello called Señorita. Both have more than 1 billion views on YouTube. Now, what he did is he partnered with an avatar company called Genies to make his NFTs wearable clothing items for avatars. He sold a huge number, 1,400 for $800 each, grossing over $1.1 million. Well, that's an impressive number. There are only 279 unique owners, meaning each buyer must have purchased 5 items. Or there's some trickery going on where an affiliated entity is buying unsold items to prop up the price. That's called wash trading. The items are reselling today for $464. So initial buyers have lost about 40% of their money. That's a lot of money to make your avatar look cool. Now, the award for the best performing celebrity NFT goes to iconic rapper Eminem and his Shady Con collection. He sold 100 items 9 months ago, pocketing $500,000. There were 2 different images, one an abstract called Tools of the Trade, and another was a gold hand given the middle finger entitled Still DGAF. If you don't know what that means, it stands for Don't Give a Blank. Recent sales have averaged around $4,000. So Shady Cons have held their value the best, but they've still declined 20%. So while Eminem wins a top spot in the celebrity NFT rankings, collectively, they've been a financial disaster, with losses averaging more than 60% in less than a year. Now, is it possible that prices rebound? Or maybe future celebrity NFTs will be different? I don't think so, and let me explain why. The price of every good is set by the relationship between the supply and the demand. How many people want it and how many there are. Economically illiterate politicians routinely ignore and try to override this inescapable economic principle by trying to set prices via government edicts. When they do this, the price will either be too low, throttling supply, as what happens with rent control laws, or the price is too high, hurting demand, as is the case with minimum wage, which robs millions of young people their starter jobs where they could be learning and getting paid. With NFTs, celebrities are clearly able to get media coverage and persuade some of their fans to buy these digital items. But the other side of the equation, the supply, is where the problems arise. Here's a spreadsheet I use to analyze these NFTs. I want you to look closely at the column inside the red box. This is the supply. You'll notice that sometimes there were just 10 available for sale, and others there were more than 1,000. What dictated the supply differences? Absolutely nothing. It's purely an arbitrary number selected by the celebrity or their management. They could sell 1 or they could sell 1,000,000. There's nothing stopping Eminem or Paris Hilton or Shawn Mendes from creating hundreds or thousands or even millions more NFTs tomorrow. All that's required is a few keystrokes on a computer. And they will if they thought there were buyers. It's like a government who prints money. These celebrities will be lured into creating more supply until the supply overloads the demand, causing the price to decline. You see, in the real world, the laws of physics limit supply. There's only one original Mona Lisa. There isn't an unlimited number of shares of Apple. But in the digital world, there's an infinite supply of identical, indistinguishable copies. Pretending they are unique or limited or exclusive is completely deceptive. Celebrity NFTs are clearly scams. It's far better to invest in property that resides in the physical world. A stock in a company, heck, a used car, just about anything that can't be replicated a million times with a few key clicks will be a better investment than celebrity NFTs. Well, that's this episode of Scammies. I'll leave a link to my analysis in the description. Be sure and hit that subscription button to be the first to be notified of the upcoming awards show, where we will showcase the top scams and scam detectives. Hit that like button if you want more episodes, and leave me a comment or drop me an email anytime. Thanks for watching.